any cute guys, I'm single. I'm single.
She's single.
And Heather's attached, but I'm single.
Single with a brain, she is.
Mm-hmm.
Single with a brain, she is.
Heather's turned...
channeling Yoda.
Yeah, she's channeling Yoda right now. And let's see. We're going past the plant now. Looks dirty. And oh, she's got... Heather's
I gotta say something.
Hold
I know
on.
we're on film, but I gotta say something.
Okay. Let's...
Can we do book reviews too?
On the podcast?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Because there was a spin-off book from the Clone Wars. That was ridiculous. Star Wars, Clone Wars. You're thinking, what does that have to do with horror? But it was actually a horror book. It was like Clone Wars with Resident Evil. Seriously, there's like this space virus on the ship with the stormtroopers, you know, clone troopers at this time, because it's during the Clone Wars. Make the distinction before the Empire completely took over, you know. Gotta get that right. And like, they end up like turning violent on each other and everything. I think I want to read it. The cover was awesome. It's got a hook holding up one of the helmets with a bloody, you can see the end of the bloody neck.
Well, that sounds pretty cool.
It's a pretty cool painting. I really like the cover art. So I'm thinking I want to read this, and I thought it would just be awesome to, like, you know, review that and add that in.
Oh, sure. We can do that.
That'll go along with my video game reviews. We're going to have on the show, we're going to start having, you know, a wide variety of things that either have to do with horror or things that are associated with it.
And you're gonna have to start watching some slasher films.
Yeah, we gotta watch some slasher films. Because most of my film knowledge that I've watched, I'll be perfectly honest, is the old Wes Craven films, all that kind of stuff. I'm not really familiar with a lot of the broader spectrum, so Dana is going to educate me.
Yes, I will. And I have plenty of movies to do that with. We can go through all the Friday the 13th. We can go through Nightmare on Elm Streets. Plus, I've got a ton of stuff that probably, unless you're really, really into horror movies, you haven't seen or maybe even heard of. I even have Italian cannibal films at my house, which anybody that's read the magazine will
remember that's the reference I just made.
Yes, Heather made a reference to my magazine, which...
But let's bring to the table.
Look here. It's
33
miles to Evansville. I don't know if you've seen that sign real fast, but I'll tell you, it's 33
Praise the Lord. That sign says praise the Lord too.
Praise the Lord, yeah.
What I will be bringing to the table at the show is my mad gamer skills.
Yes.
Alright, if anybody knows me, knows that I play way too many video games. Alright, we're talking large PC MMOs, decade on EverQuest here. Going on over a decade, actually.
She's a EverQuest fan.
I have my beta letter from 1999. I have this. I kept this. That's how much I love EverQuest. Oh, shout out. Hi, COP! That's my family. That's my guild.
The Circle of Prophets.
Circle of Prophets. And, I got to do a shout out to our rating team. Hey, Freelance, go Furfoot. That's Furro. That's our rating team leader. He's awesome. And all our fogs, everybody that makes it work. So I'm going to be doing some reviews on obviously the classic Resident Evil games, Silent Hill. We've got so many games to play with here. Last year my absolute favorite was Dead Space. That was a freaking awesome game. This year I'm kind of looking forward to it. They did have a couple spin-offs from the game. They are doing one that's afterwards. They're making a prequel right now to match the prequel movie that they did do, and it's an awesome movie if you haven't seen it and you're a horror fan, but you also like a clash with anime. The Dead Space prequel that was an animated flick was, and it's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. It tells the story wonderfully, and it does give you a heavy dose of I don't want to turn off the lights, in my opinion. Even though it's animated, you come off going, that's kind of
the creep factor's good in it.
And the thing about Dead Space is it's not just you're in space. It's not you're dealing like with alien craft that turns people into really gross monsters and they're ripping limbs off people. It also has that side issue of freaky religious craziness.
Well, that's creepy in and of itself.
So,
right there.
yeah. So you've got a mixture of everything good that is horror.
We've got some creepy religious people around here, don't we?
Yeah, unfortunately we live in the Bible Belt, and it gets freaky. don't want to put anybody down. You know, most people are pretty normal, but every once in a while you run into that guy and you just know there's something wrong.
Yep.
It's just off. It's just not right.
And speaking of shout outs here, I don't mean to interrupt Taylor, but I would like to give a couple of shout outs to certain people. One duo is the Dead Pit guys, Aaron and Wes, or the Creepy Kentucky Uncle Bill. Go watch or go listen to their show at deadpit.com every Friday, or usually every Friday they have a show. And they also have the Midweek Obliteration, or the MWO, that's on Wednesdays. And you can go to their site and listen to both of those things. And they also have, which I haven't got in on that yet. I've been really busy. But they have live call-ins now. And I think, I'm not sure, but I think that's through Blog TV, but I'm not sure
it is through Blog TV.
Okay. Heather evidently has checked up on it more than I have.
Yeah, I tried to do it, but the Blog TV doesn't work for me. I think it's my internet connection.
She has trouble with the Blog TV. So definitely go and check them out, check their show out. Keep in mind, they're not a podcast, they are a horror radio show through the internet. The other couple of guys I'd like to give a shout out to are Anthony and Jason, that do the Canadian Ferox show. Definitely go check them out. I think I'll have to look this up. This is awful because I've been to their site. I'm sorry, Anthony. I'm sorry, Jason. But I think it's CanadianFerox.com. But definitely go check them out. Check their show out. They do an excellent job. They always make me laugh. And they have some awesome commentary. Not only the commentary, but they have awesome music on their show. And awesome commercials. I think Anthony does all the commercials.
When Canada does it right.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like Canada dry ginger ale.
Don't put Canada down, because there's some cool people from Canada.
They're freaking awesome neighbors. Good neighbors.
Yes, Emily. But I think, other than telling you that Piranha 3D did not it's not doing very well at the box office also, please, go see it. I know we haven't seen it yet. We're going to tell you what we think about it later. But definitely give your money to the horror industry right now, because it really needs it, because things are getting tough, folks.
We are considered a subsector of culture, so a lot of these things aren't going to do as well at the theater. So to keep them coming, you have to work on it. And I realize somebody's saying DVD sales will still do really well, they'll be okay. And that may be true. The game in the movie industry today is DVD sales. But do you really want to see the extinction of actually going to a theater to see something?
Right.
So we've really got to keep it in there. And, you've really got to think about that. You may say, oh, I don't have a lot of time or whatever, but consider going to the theater. I realize that the economy's bad. I realize that you have to pay so much to go see it. Then they charge you a whopping amount of popcorn. But if you consider it, just make sure you try to support those films that you're interested in, so that they will continue to make them and be able to make them to put in the theater. Or we're going to be stuck with wait until DVDs come out.
Yeah,
or we're going to on a big screen.
Or we're going to be stuck with stuff at the movies like Twilight.
Exactly.
Which we do not want, people. No, we do not want.
No. The teeny tweeny bopper movie is not a horror flick. We do not want people putting that in the category and saying it's valid. It is a 12-year-old's movie. I'm not trying to put down Stephanie Myers. I'm not trying to, but it doesn't belong in the category, and we want other things being shown at the theaters besides something that you can send your 12-year-old daughter to.
Right. So we're going to turn off the camera here, because I'm down to 15 minutes on the battery, and we want to have time to talk about the movie later. So here's one more shot of the road, guys, and we'll be back a little bit later to tell you what we thought. Okay, we are officially out of Piranha 3D right now. We had a blast. The 3D was awesome. And guys, yes, there is a lot of boobage in this movie.
But they're all fake, and you can tell because implants don't move properly. They kind of stay in one place no matter what you do. So it's not generally as fun as it would be if you knew they were real. There's one shot of real ones where she's got little stars on them and they jiggle and bounce. You guys will like that.
Well, knowing guys, they will like it all. There's plenty of silicone boobs, which I heard about before I went. But the gore is awesome. Greg Nicotero and Howard Berger did the effects, so right there you know it's awesome. Eli Roth is in this movie for a short time. I'm not going to tell you about the big scene where I was laughing.
We don't want to give it away, but it was awesome.
It was awesome. I was laughing at it, and I know I probably really shouldn't laugh, but it's Eli Roth, so you know, come on, bear with me, folks. And a lot of good gore in the movie. It was a lot of fun. The cheese factor was really high in this movie, but who cares? I mean, it was piranhas eating a bunch of people in a lake, like during a spring break weekend. So what else can you ask for? It's got stuff for girls. It's got stuff for guys. It's got stuff for gore hounds. Cheesy horror fans. It's just a really a lot of fun. And I'm going to turn it over to Heather for a second and let her tell you what she thought of it.
I feel this was a really good tribute to Jaws in a way. They bumped up the gore with it. They bumped up the fact that you've got multiple fishes, so you've got kills going crazy everywhere. They went to the trouble to go get some good actors. I mean, you've got Elizabeth Shue. You've got Richard Dreyfuss making an awesome cameo. You're going to enjoy the first opening scene of this movie. You're going to be like, oh my God. You know, it's really good. Again, I think it was really more for, obviously, our culture. Go see this movie, support it in the theater so we get more stuff
Definitely
like this.
Support it so we get more stuff like this, as opposed to, like we said before, Twilight. Stuff for the teeny boppers.
So make your way out in the daylight or late in the evening or whatever, even if the sun bothers you, and head to the movie theater and go see this.
Yeah, because how many people did you say were here?
Six people. 6 people. 2
on
adult
a Wednesday
guys,
afternoon.
Us, and an older woman, and I think she brought her grandson.
Yeah.
He was probably about 10, so he was probably reeling from the nudity. But other than that, I would definitely think that teens would enjoy this movie as well.
Yeah, and young adults and adults too. I mean, pretty much all ages. I wouldn't recommend you bring like little kids to this, because they're not gonna get anything out of it anyway. There
is language, there is nudity, and those are, I mean, kids are intelligent. You can explain to them that these are fake fishes and it's not real blood. They get that. My son, he watches everything from Jurassic Park to Dark Knight. He's 7 years old. He's good on fake violence, but he has trouble with like a lot of nudity. That would be an issue. I don't let him watch stuff like that.
And there's a lot of, like I said, 3D boobage. It's boobs in your face, like every 5 seconds there for a while. You got some.
And it's not just boobs. There's full Monty scenes. But
yes.
Gotta hand it to Jerry O'Connell. We got a nice little full Monty shot of him. I'm not going to give away the surprise.
No, but fans of Jerry O'Connell will probably appreciate that. And non-fans of Jerry O'Connell might appreciate that too.
He got some good scenes thrown his way, and he did some good jobs. I mean, his character basically in this movie is a drunk jerk.
Yep.
But it's a very entertaining drunk jerk.
Yes. And, yeah, like I said, watch out for Eli Roth in this movie. Heather finally knows what Eli Roth looks like. So she'll know how to watch out for him.
For a brief time.
Yeah, for a brief time. But I wanted y'all to see the IMAX. I don't know if you can see it real good. This is the theater that we just come out of. There's some people getting into their car. They probably wonder why I'm filming them. But yeah, I'm trying to film this through the car windshield, so it's not, you can't see it real good. Let me see if I can get the IMAX sign over here. So you can see it is an IMAX in the lovely downtown section of Evansville.